gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Greco-Roman wrestling is a very demanding sport, requiring strength, power, technique, and toughness. In 1985, the United States Olympic Committee designated Northern Michigan University as the nation's Olympic Education Center. Situated in scenic Marquette, Michigan, on the shores of Lake Superior, resident athletes train in selected Olympic sports and attend classes at Northern Michigan University. USA Wrestling has overseen a Greco-Roman wrestling program since 1999. This team has seen a great deal of success.
How do we know if our wrestlers are ready for competition? The physiological testing of wrestlers can help. The application of information from sports science research is seen in most sports. However, in some respects, wrestling seems to lag behind in applied sports science. There are some problems encountered when facing the testing of wrestlers. Wrestling is an open skill sport as opposed to a single skill, closed sports such as running, biking, or rowing. Combative sports such as wrestling must consider the response of an opponent as well as tactics and strategy. The skill of the opponent is also an important variable that is not controllable. We should test what we can modify through training and then provide usable information to the coach and athlete. Why test wrestlers, or any athletes for that matter? Well, first we should identify the strengths and weaknesses of wrestlers in important areas. Secondly, we can develop athlete profiles. We can also isolate specific needs of our athletes. We can monitor the development of our wrestlers, compare to other elite or champion wrestlers, check the effectiveness of the training program. Testing information can help check the status of rehabilitation, check the readiness for competition, also detect overtraining. The first step in a testing program is to identify the factors contributing towards success in wrestling. Some of these are aerobic capacity or cardiovascular endurance, anaerobic capacity, this means explosive or high intensity activity, strength, both static and dynamic, strength endurance, explosive power, power endurance, flexibility, technique, speed and quickness, balance and kinesthetic awareness. The testing program at the USOEC was developed along with Coach Ivan Ivanov. The battery was developed to be used as a sport-specific field testing program to monitor the athlete's development, response to training, identify individual weaknesses, and also to provide some information for future training and tactical planning. The battery items were selected to match the physical demands deemed most important by the coaches. During testing, we emphasize quality control in the administration of the test. There are standardized test conditions, and safety of the wrestler is also very important. Also very important are test relevancy and practicality. While some of these tests are commonly used in other sports, some, such as the dummy throws and bridging tests, are very sport-specific. The arm crank test is a modified Wingate test using 8 15-second sprints over a 6-minute span. Special performance indices were generated for the dummy throw test and the arm crank test. These indices are constructed to account for peak scores, average scores, and score decline. This is what the battery contains. There are 14 tests administered over 2.5 days. Not shown in this video are the body composition measures of body fat and the 2 runs. We use the same skinfold test as the NCAA does, the Lohmann protocol. The wrestlers perform a 60-meter sprint for speed. We measure aerobic power with a 3 by 750 meter run around the perimeter of the superior dome. The wrestlers have a 1-minute rest between runs. Most wrestlers average about 2 minutes and 25 seconds per run. This structure closely parallels the new FILA match. Sport-specific speed and endurance is tested with a dummy throw test. Special or sport-specific flexibility and mobility is measured with a test of flips from a wrestling bridge and spinning around the head while in a bridge. Strength is measured in several ways. There is a backlift dynamometer measuring the isometric strength of the back and legs. Static strength, endurance, of the upper body is measured with a special flexed arm hang at 90 degrees. Dynamic strength endurance is measured with a 5-minute rope climb. Strength endurance is also measured with weights. The wrestlers execute parallel squats to max reps with 110% of body weight, and also do hang cleans to max reps using body weight. Anaerobic power and power endurance are measured with a special arm crank test.
This footage from a world champion is an excellent example of the importance of the arch and the bridge in Greco-Roman wrestling.
Lift, left arm gut.
Set, go. 1, 2.
In the bridge spin test, the wrestler spins 6 times in each direction. A penalty is assessed for each time the athlete raises his hands from the mat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? Go. 1.
In the bridge flip test, the wrestler has 30 seconds to make as many flips back and forth as possible. A count is made each time the athlete's feet touch the mat.
8, 9, 10, 11, 10 seconds left. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 time.
The back arch is another fundamental skill possessed by a Greco-Roman wrestler.